So grounded, centered, present, all those things. Yeah. Okay. There you go. We're ready for horses, Gerhard. You'll go past the outside pole, down to that one and make a circle around it. Past this pole and make a circle around this one, and then return to the group. Notice the experience, pay attention to the experience, and they will feed back to the person who has been leading the horse in a sentence, which is one breath, so you're going to have to summarize, and it will be what I saw, heard, felt, noticed, not you did this or you did that, because now we become an expert on that other person, and that's not true. What we're doing is reporting our own experience on that happened. Okay? Does that make sense? Great. And can you see how that's a story running in Caroline's head? We don't know. My friend said, until a horse writes a book, we'll never know. How much help do you ask for? She's doing this. None. And I notice as you say that, it has a particular impact on me. And the horse. Can you see that? Okay. Go on.
I spoke to him and I said, we're gonna make it. But I didn't ask, help me to do this.
Okay. Is everyone hearing what we're saying? So Clementine said, we're gonna do this, but she didn't ask him to help her. So now we can go into a lab, we can go into an experiment. What you did was perfect. And what Clementine did was what she does, which is she doesn't ask for help. By the way, if you ever ask someone that question and they go, it means they don't. Because they'll either say yes or no. Because you either do or you don't. And Clementine went, which means no. Look, and also look at the horse's attraction to Clementine when she said that. I think it's a very brave thing to say. It's a beautiful thing to say because you're vulnerable. So if you were going to have a walk with Goodie, with asking someone or something for help, how would that be?
Just talk to him.
Okay. You could do.
Yeah. Or?
No, this is your thing. So for you, what would have the energy of asking for help?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. So we're going to do another step of this, because there you didn't ask for help, you achieved the task. If you were to ask for help, how would that be? Now here's a pacing for us NLP things. I'm not saying you need help, because, and I don't know if you can see Clementine's face, but her face is telling me everything. I don't know what that's like. So how could we make it safe for you to ask for help and have help in doing this task?
I really don't know. With his Goodie.
Why not? Let's clip him up and ask Goodie for help. Okay.
It is me. Okay.
So what does that, and can you see what he's saying to me? Get out of the way. No, he did. I got in his space. There's something magical happening here. Get out. People call that bad manners. I call it being a horse, and a very clever horse. What are you
I don't understand what you say.
No, it's okay. I want you to stay in where you are. What are you noticing?
There was another way to do it. I mean, in first change the roles and let him do the job.
And how was that?
You.
And how can you, so would that be helpful?
Yeah, it's not very comfortable, but
you see, there's an interesting thing. So sometimes when we have people who are fearful of horses, the worst thing to do, no pacing, would be put them on the back of the horse. You'll get over it. That's the worst thing to do. The best thing to do, would you demonstrate this with me, Petra? So we imagine that Petra's nervous of the horse. I just get her to notice, how does this feel now, Petra? And if she were nervous, she might say, I'm feeling a little uncomfortable, something like that. And I go, okay, let's stay here for a bit. You can let him go, Clementine, if you want. Sorry, this is an explanation piece, which is why when we're learning, it's going to change the system a bit. So I'd say to her, okay, let's stand here for a minute. And what you will notice happens is her fear will change, because it's not fear, it's unusual. And we get the two muddled. You're not used to asking for help. You're not used to letting someone take the lead. Now, does that mean it's wrong for her? No, it might do, but it also might mean she's just not used to doing it. So when this lady stood here and Goodie was still there, now, because I've been talking, she's probably relaxed a little bit. So we would do this. We're going to walk forward until you feel uncomfortable again, and then we're going to stop. Okay? She's in control. And just pretend, you know, just imagine we get a bit closer, yeah? So, and she's leading. By the way, notice what I did. That's not, yeah, you just get fairly close and then stop. Okay? Who's in control of this? She is. I don't know. And now what I say to her is, when you're ready, you take the next step. or do whatever feels natural to you next. I'm not telling her what to do. But what she's doing is getting her whole neurology comfortable with this discomfort. Yeah? Does that make sense? So that's how we work. People say, what do you do if if they're nervous or horses? You do that. And we had a lady who was still nervous and did the leading exercise with a 22-foot line. You can still do it. But what has to happen is I do not push Petra. I support her in her overcoming that. Okay? Does that make sense? Thank you for playing with that.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Would it be appropriate to get familiar with that new experience for you?
Yeah, yes, I think so.
Okay. And when you get some time, you can think about, or maybe even ask the horses. I think that's useful to ask them. How would I do that? Yeah. Okay?
Thanks.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Perfect.